As I've said, it's a simple machine. It's a motor turning a shaft, and it does all four features of this machine: the planing, the molding, the sanding, and the sawing. The machine does a great job. But molding is where the machine is going to save you money or truly make you money. If you're a home improvement person, if you're working on your own home, I mean, you can pay for this machine and have a higher quality molding in your house for what you would spend at a big box store to replace the molding in your house. And you can do it with oak rather than pine. I mean, so for the home improvement person, the molding capability of this machine will truly pay for the machine, and you can justify it. We have over 600 different standard molding patterns. So I've got a simple casing in here today, but the versatility and the possibilities of making molding with the Woodmaster are really remarkable. For many years, we had a customer in Maine, it was a large custom molding company. They had about 50 of these machines set up to do all these different types of molding. So it can truly do molding on an industrial scale. If you look at some of our other videos on YouTube, there's a video about Mike Crowder, who has a molding business in his garage that has grossed as much as $96,000 a year. So in addition to allowing you to do home improvement, the machine, this is the money-making heart of the machine, is making molding. Again, we have a simple casing pattern, but the variety that the machine will do because of the variable feed is phenomenal. A lot of customers buy this machine to cut log cabin siding. The machine can cut molding at a depth of up to 1 1/8 inches. There are $10,000, $12,000, $100,000 molders that can't cut that deep. There are a lot of these, industrial European machines that can cut maybe 3/8 of an inch deep, rather. So the depth of cut that the Woodmaster can do is amazing, and again, it just adds to its versatility. It adds to your ability to make money with it. Plus, again, rather than using pine molding, if you're trying to sell something unique locally, you can use local hardwoods, you can use reclaimed hardwoods, or you can use specialty hardwoods and charge your customer about what they're going to pay at a big box store. So again, it's a way to make money with this machine. The molding capability is remarkable. The other thing for home restoration people, whether it's you yourself are restoring a home or you have customers or potential customers who are restoring a home, keep in mind our custom knife program. We can match any molding pattern you have out there so that you can have truly unique molding that hasn't been made in 100 years, that you can run on the Woodmaster. And typically, if you go to a large lumber yard, they will do that for you too, but typically they're going to have a big setup fee, and they're going to charge you high dollar for the wood and high dollar for the service, so that ultimately you probably could have had that same molding and paid for the Woodmaster, and at the end of the day had the machine. In addition to all of this, Woodmaster advantage, the Woodmaster can do lots of unique types of molding that almost no other machines in the industry can do. Curved molding, elliptical molding, rope molding, all these varied kinds of molding that, again, all you need to do those types of molding is a shaft that spins. And at the end of the day, the Woodmaster is about a shaft that spins. It spins with a piece of tooling on it. Curved molding or elliptical molding goes through like this. Again, you can do your straight molding. The variable feed rate becomes important, because if you have a really high dollar piece of wood or a really detailed pattern, you can slow that feed down and get perfect finish. First pass, single pass. That's an important distinction too, by the way. Single pass, that's what the variable feed allows you to do. If you're comparing Woodmaster to other machines, you really need to ask that question, because competitors' machines will say, oh yeah, we can do that pattern or we can do that pattern, but typically you need to do it in multiple passes, because either their motors aren't as powerful as ours, or they don't have the true variable feed where you can slow down your feed rate so that you can get those cuts per inch, which allow you to do it in one pass. Also remember, competitors' machines typically don't cut as deep. So if you want to do a really deep picture frame pattern, or if you want to do log cabin siding or something where you have to cut 1 1/8 deep, typically competitive machines can't cut that deep, and I can almost guarantee you they can't cut that deep in a single pass like the Woodmaster can. Again, molding is the heart and soul of this machine. The variable feed is what allows us to do it, and truly that is where this machine will save you thousands of dollars or potentially make you thousands of dollars in a custom molding business. There's really no other machine I can think of that can do the versatile types of molding that we can do, all the way from really deep log cabin siding to really fine casings in any wood you can imagine. The only limitation on this machine as far as molding really is your imagination. It will always step up to your needs. It will always satisfy your imagination, satisfy your customer. We had a customer order this huge crown knife, and that's an important thing too, the width of the machine. So this guy was going to cut this crown that was about 12 inches wide for some huge house that he was working on. And we said to the guy, it was going to be 20 feet way up in the air, and we said to the guy, why don't you just use some sort of off-the-shelf polymer molding, and because it was going to be painted. And the guy said, my customer wants to know it's wood. He wants to know it's wood, and is willing to pay for that. This machine, anything that your customer imagines or you imagine, it can do, including, as I say, like a 9, 10, 12 inch wide Cove molding for some customer who wants it to be installed 20 feet high. This machine will do it for you. There are $10,000, $12,000, $20,000, $100,000 European and Asian machines that cannot do that. They cannot do what the Woodmaster can do when it comes to molding. They can't do elliptical, they can't do curve, they can't do rope molding, and they sure as heck can't do a 12-inch wide, 1.1/8 deep Cove. You can satisfy your customer, you can satisfy your imagination with the Woodmaster. The Woodmaster molding, there's no other machine that'll do it. I mean, that's it. It's the Woodmaster advantage.